Matt Roloff struggles to sell family farm even with dropping price to $2.9 million years after putting Oregon mansion on market. Dear loves, welcome to TLC Drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Matt, 63, who recently split from his fiancée Caryn Chandler, first listed the Hillsboro, Oregon property for $4 million in May 2022. After no bites, he took the house off the market in October of that year. He put it back on the market in August 2023 for $3.4 million, before taking it back off again in February 2024. He eventually listed it for sale again in April 2025, with a massive discount at $2.90 million, and 4 months later, there are still no buyers. Over the past 3 years, Matt has been renting out the big home to fans who want to enjoy a vacation on the famous property. Matt's plan to sell the farm has left his kids and ex-wife Amy furious, as they were determined to keep the property within the family for generations. "I never pictured that the house that I raised my kids in for the last 30 years would be a short-term rental," Amy fumed on an episode of the TLC reality show in 2024. "There should be a family in it." Matt's previous negotiations to sell to his sons Jeremy and Zach fell through, leaving both bitter and angry with him. Both sons and their families quit the show in recent years, and the U.S. Sun exclusively reported that the reality series has been canceled after nearly 20 years on air. "People ask me all the time about the big house. It is still for sale," he told fans this week. "We have some very interesting folks looking at it. Of course, it's all about the use case, how they're going to use the farm, and whether we're going to have neighbors doing. We don't necessarily want a hog farm next door. There's a bunch of other possible use cases for these buyers. It is still being Airbnb'd or short-term rented. It's basically back-to-back, but there's always a few days somewhere." While 16 acres of the farm is for sale, Matt plans to remain long-term on the remaining piece of land and is even building his dream home on the lot. The U.S. Sun reported that the patriarch dropped $1.4 million on the construction before their sudden split. A source told the U.S. Sun that Caryn is the one who pulled the plug on their partnership. The split was instigated by Caryn, but publicly they are saying it was mutual, the insider spilled. "The family has been blindsided. They did not see this coming." Matt and Caryn seemed normal and happy earlier this month on the farm. Things were great. Matt's youngest son Jacob lives near Matt on the property and works on the farm, but Zach, Jeremy, and daughter Molly appear uninvolved with the operation. After years of bitter feelings, Amy and her husband Chris Merrick are currently on good terms with Matt and will help out with pumpkin season this year, the patriarch told fans. "They will definitely be out here as well," he said in his recent Instagram video. Star Matt Roloff is ready to say goodbye to his family farm again. According to an online listing, Matt, 63, has relisted 16 acres of the 109-acre Helvetia, Oregon property for $2,895,000. Matthew Tursek and Seth Murphy with the Real Brokerage are the agents. Roloff Farm and the original farmhouse has been a monumental part of my life for over 30 years, Matt shared in a statement to People on Monday, April 28. "This legacy property was shared with millions of you around the world through Little People Big World. It holds some of the most magical memories and will forever live deep in my heart." Little People Big World premiered in 2006 and aired for 25 seasons. The TLC show followed Matt and his ex-wife Amy Roloff as they raised their children, including twins Jeremy and Zach, 34, Molly, 21, and Jacob, 28. Yes, "I had truly hoped that the entire farm would remain in the family forever, but life happened and that was not meant to be," Matt shared. "My kids each have their own wonderful lives, some with their own farms, projects, and their own individual dreams, which I honor and am so proud of." Zach and his wife Tori Roloff confirmed their exit from Little People Big World in February 2024, explaining to fans that the chapter has closed after 25 seasons. The future of the show remains uncertain. When it comes to Matt's beloved property, one lucky owner will be able to enjoy plenty of amenities. The 5-bedroom 5,000 plus square foot main residence offers luxurious living, complete with a primary suite, 2 offices, a gourmet kitchen, and a home theater, according to the online listing. The expansive 3,600 square foot Big Red Barn is described as a blank canvas that can be transformed into a dream office, studio, workshop, or guest quarters. An outdoor pool and a stone castle are also part of the property, which features a one-of-a-kind Western town complete with a saloon, jail, post office, and general store. According to the listing, it's ideal for hosting events, building your brand, or simply indulging in a unique lifestyle. When confirming the listing, Matt explained why it was the right time to find a new buyer for the property. He first listed the property for sale in May 2022 for $4 million. Matt later began offering the property up as a short-term vacation rental. As I approach my 64th birthday, this old grandpa has learned that less is truly more, he said. These days, I find joy in life's simpler blessings. Spending time with my precious grandchildren, focusing on a new, exciting TV project, and soaking up the Arizona sunshine. Roloff, star of the TLC reality series Little People, Big World, shares 4 children with ex-husband Matt Roloff, twin brothers Jeremy and Zachary, Molly and Jacob. Although Amy and Matt are no longer together, the two remain amicable, and the show now follows both of their separate lives as they navigate their new relationships, spend time with their children, continue to and run their business. Molly and Jacob have left the LPBW, and Jeremy followed shortly after. Zachary and his family still appear on the show, but the others decided to raise their families without cameras filming their every move. Amy and Matt Roloff finalized their divorce in May 2016 and have since both moved on with other people. Amy is still happily dating Chris Malick, who you can read more about later in this article, while Matt is currently dating farm manager Caryn Chandler, who continues to work alongside Matt and his ex-wife. According to Distractify, the pair were married for nearly 30 years when they made the announcement that they would be splitting up. Molly is the most private of the Roloff kids, and she and husband Joel Silvius live pretty far from the rest of the Roloffs, off in Spokane, Washington with her husband. She tends to keep to herself, keeps her social media pages private, and rarely appears on the show. Her parents gush about her frequently on LPBW, exclaiming how proud they are of the woman she's become. Jeremy Roloff, the twin brother of Zachary, is married and shares a daughter with his wife Audrey. The couple co-wrote and released a book titled A Love Letter Life and are currently doing a book tour around the country to promote the book, which they have dedicated to their daughter, Ember Jean. Jeremy and Audrey also have a website called Beating 50%, in which they offer advice for married couples. The twins are the oldest of the Roloff children, followed by Molly and Jacob. Jacob Roloff, the youngest of the Roloff children, is engaged to be married to his longtime girlfriend, Isabel Sophia, and planned to marry later this year. Jacob actually left LPBW several years ago after disagreements over how the show was produced forced him to reevaluate his health and happiness, and he decided to quit. Producers have to try to get us to follow the talking points. For me, noticing how the agenda of the crew doesn't work well with the health and happiness of our family is what made me decide quite a while ago that I could not be a part of it as soon as I was able, he wrote in a lengthy Instagram post back in 2016. He continued, claiming the producers had their own agenda for how the show was filmed. The primary objective I have felt and observed over the years of the crew is to preserve their job and preserve the ratings, which is up to you to be right or wrong. For me, noticing how the agenda of the crew doesn't work well with the health happiness of our family is what made me decide quite a while ago that I would not be a part of it as soon as I was able. Zachary Roloff, who usually goes by Zach and is the twin brother to Jeremy, was the only Roloff child born with achondroplasia. Zach stands at 4 feet 4 inches tall. His son Jackson was also born with dwarfism. He is married to Victoria Tori Patton. The couple tied the knot in July 2015, and 2 years later, welcomed Jackson into the world. The family are very prevalent on LPBW and often share updates about their lives and family on social media with fans. They are the only one of the Roloff children who have not left the show yet. Amy has been dating boyfriend Chris Malick for several years now, and they appear to be going strong. Amy seems to be head over heels for the man as they head into their 3-year anniversary and often posts pictures on her Instagram page of the two out on the motorcycle, camping, sitting around a fire, or just spending time outdoors. They started dating after meeting at a singles painting party shortly after Amy and Matt separated. Although they didn't speak much that first night, they reconnected a few weeks later when Chris asked Amy out on their first date, which involved taking a ride on his motorcycle. Amy was more than happy to accept, and the rest is history. "I could have talked for hours and he just said so much. I could have been on this bike ride for hours," she noted in the Little People, Big World episode. And she also added, "I want to get to know him. I find him attractive, I find him interesting, and I would hope that, maybe he finds, that in me a little bit." Star Matt Roloff has just debuted a brand new haircut, and the fans don't know what to think of this change. After the Little People, Big World Season 25 finale aired in April 2024, there has been no update on the show's renewal. But that hasn't stopped Roloff from sharing regular updates on his life through social media. And by the looks of it, he is enjoying his time off after almost 20 years of filming the show. Roloff recently took to Instagram to share a photo of himself having a great time at the beach. "Livin' and lovin' life," read the caption. Fans were quick to notice that Roloff was not sporting his signature cropped hair. Instead, he had let his hair grow down to his neck. Many people reacted to Roloff's makeover in the comments and noted that it reflected his carefree approach to life at the moment. Some people noted that Roloff's new haircut made him look like Cody Brown from Sister Wives. Others joked that his fiancée, Caryn Chandler, might have made him grow out his hair. But while many fans welcomed the change, some thought that Roloff was having a midlife crisis. Some even went as far as to claim that he was playing a prank on everyone and that the picture was AI generated. However, Roloff hasn't responded to any of the reactions to his transformation as of yet. Officially marked the end of Zach Roloff and his wife Tori Roloff's time on the TLC show. Their exit came after ongoing tensions between Zach Roloff and his father, Matt Roloff, about the ownership of their family farm. Since then, fans have been wondering whether the show will be renewed for season 26. But Matt Roloff is okay with saying goodbye to the cameras. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, the Roloff family patriarch confessed that after nearly 400 episodes of the show, he feels like he has done it all. "The idea of not doing any more TV at all sounds fine by me," he added. During the conversation, Roloff claimed that he did not know whether Little People, Big World would return for season 26. But he expressed that he was happy to have the time to rest and recover from almost 2 decades of non-stop filming. The reality star took the opportunity to share that he was grateful for all the opportunities the show has given him and his family over the years. Roloff added that he didn't know what his life would have been like without the show and the impact his journey has had on the world. Speaking of his family, Roloff admitted that there have been a lot of ups and downs. However, he clarified that they all love each other very much. "Time heals all wounds," he said, while hinting at his hope for a reconciliation with Zach Roloff. All seasons of Little People, Big World are available to stream on Hulu. Tori and Zach Roloff talk about the start of their relationship, which began in high school. They wed in 2015 and have 3 kids. Zach and Tori Roloff are opening up about the early stages of their relationship when family questioned their love. On Thursday's episode of the Raising Heights podcast, The Little People, Big World alums talk about their experience as a mixed-height couple, with Tori being average-sized and Zach having dwarfism. During the conversation, Tori reveals that, like many people, her family and friends had questions when she revealed that she was dating Zach, especially her father, who wasn't keen on the idea at first. "I can remember getting ready to go on a date with you and saying who you were and showing him a picture of you and him being like, 'No, what are you talking about?' she recalls to Zach. 'This is not the guy I pictured for you.' He literally asked, like, 'Are you sure?' multiple times. He was like, 'I don't know about this.'" She adds, "Then he met you, and I joke all the time, but pretty sure my dad likes you better than me now. My whole family likes you more." Tori, 33, and Zach, 34, began dating while they were in high school in 2011. The pair tied the knot in 2015 on the Roloff family farm. Together, they are parents of Jackson, 7, Lilia, 4, and Josiah, 2. Tori says that when her father met Zach, his perception of him and the height difference changed. As far as the height difference though, he definitely overlooked that once he met you, Tori says. He was like, "Oh, I think I get it." As for her family and friends, they also had questions and concerns about their romance, but they let them go once they got to know Zach. "I think that there were questions when we started dating from my friends and family, but once everyone met you, they were like, gosh, I get why this girl is into him. I get this scenario. I get this relationship." Height didn't matter, she shares. Zach notes that as a person with a disability, you want people to overlook the obvious physical aspect, despite how hard it may be. Tori had no issue doing that. "You look for all these things that are wrong when the person's not right for you," Tori says. "Once I met you, even though your height is different than what I would have imagined, there was nothing wrong with you. There was nothing that I could pick apart." Tori and Zach agree that they haven't faced a lot of public adversity during their relationship, but chalk that up to their little people, big world fame. The pair also note that tuning people out has also worked in their favor. "Outside opinions shouldn't matter," Tori says. "They could have kept me from happiness, and they could have kept you away from happiness as well. We didn't let other people's opinions come between us or our relationship." Tori and Zach's love story played out during their time on Little People Big World. Zach's family, including his parents, Amy and Matt Roloff, and 3 siblings, all appeared on the series since 2006. Earlier this year, Tori and Zach officially exited the series with their kids at the end of the last season. Matt Roloff is opening up like never before about his family's time on the TLC series, Little People, Big World. The 62-year-old father of 4 took to Facebook after last week's finale episode to candidly discuss the future of his family's show for the first time. Matt wrote that he is no longer under a contract NDA non-disclosure agreement, saying that now he can speak much more freely than he's been able to over the past 20 years. He shared that many people have asked whether last week's episode was a season or series finale for the hit reality show. "It's true that several family members have announced publicly that they are no longer interested in filming LPBW," Matt wrote, seemingly referencing his estranged son, Zach Roloff, and his wife Tori. He added that he and ex-wife Amy Roloff have known about this for quite some time. Matt thinks that TLC opted not to call the episode a series finale in the hopes that there would be future specials in the works with the Roloffs. He shared that the family initially told TLC in 2010 that they were done filming the show, and the network made some alterations to convince them to return by way of specials. "This is why I think there is some hesitation to announce from TLC that the show is over," Matt explained. Even though the family as a whole is enjoying being away from it all after 20 years, Caryn and many other family members have publicly stated they are done with filming. Matt and his fiancée, Caryn Chandler, both appeared in recent seasons of the show amid growing family tension. Noting that he can't predict the future, Matt was complimentary of the way the show wrapped up its most recent finale. "I do think that TLC did a nice job on the last Tuesday's season finale episode, hedging their bets and putting a nice button on the show and where the family members that still participate stands," he wrote. "So if LPBW never does come back in whatever various other forms I think consensus is, they wrapped up the Roloff LPBW Crazy Train saga pretty good. That's why many of you felt it was a series finale." Matt also spoke about the controversy surrounding the sale of his farm that led to estrangement within the family. He noted the tension between his twin sons, Zach and Jeremy Roloff, who both wanted the big house located on the farm. "Fairness to all four of my kids and all grandkids played and weighted the heaviest," he said. Jer and Zach each figured out in their own timing that the idea of breaking away from me and the farm as you all know it over past many years and individually establish their own homesteads, build their own dreams, bridges, barns, shops, and projects. My heart is full to see that process in progress. It hasn't been easy, especially all while being filmed, and sometimes even very painful. But in the end, it's all been productive, and although in hindsight I would change several of my processes, I believe the results are better, and I love watching all the kids find their independence and passions on their own terms. Matt also shared details on his own health and romantic life with Caryn. Noting that he hasn't set a wedding date, He did share that the couple moved into their dream home back in December and have hosted many members of the family, including his ex, Amy, and her husband, Chris Merrick. "I'm feeling healthier and happier than I have in years," Matt shared. "Both Caryn and I are feeling very happy together, enjoying our best life." Little People, Big World premiered in 2006, starring a then-married Matt and Amy and their 4 kids, Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob Roloff. Over time, all of their kids except Zach exited the show. In 2022, Matt told ET that the status of the family dynamic was on the right path. "It's not easy, but it's going in the right direction," Matt shared. At the time, he also addressed when it would be time to turn the cameras off, saying, "We take that kind of day by day, week by week, month by month, so we're just going to take that one step at a time. Every year we kind of reevaluate